Zombo, and welcome to Dawa Kudroen. My guest tonight is Honorable Member of Parliament, Mr. Tshewang Jurmi. Sir, thank you so much for your time. As we already discussed at length in our conversation, I've already informed the viewers that we're going to pick from Education City. That's where we left. So, fixing accountability. Now, as a project where more than 300 million has already been spent, suddenly government stops the project. Who is going to be accountable? Don't you think it's important to fix accountability so that these things do not happen in future?
Thank you very much. In continuation to what we have discussed in the conversation, for me, I'll be clear that I have no. I think personally I will refrain from talking much on the Education City and the executive order or the executive decision on the Education City because I can only at this point give you my personal views, and I do not represent any agencies, not even National Assembly, because these issues were never discussed in the National Assembly. Yes. It is an executive decision, and Education City, for me personally, I think, as I've already explained in the conversation, that irrespective of my no vote in the past parliamentary session while passing Education City Act, it is still an act. So we have one procedural law on one hand, Education City Act, and on the other hand we have Land Act 2007. So perhaps there can be controversial issues among these two acts. The government, in fact, no minister have asked me to. In fact, I didn't even gather any information on this from the cabinet. So I cannot tell you anything right now. But this is my firm belief that it is hold on suspended for time being. Before you talk about accountability, probably because the cabinet do not want to take anything illegal. I mean, go on with anything illegal, which is actually defined by the Land Commission, saying that provision of some provisions of the Land Act has been Education City is not legitimate with Land Act. So therefore, Land Commission doesn't want it. But on the other hand, we still have that Education City Act, which has to be carried on. So on these two grounds, I don't know, but I think it is also the mandate or the job of the cabinet. It is, and the responsibility and the authority totally lies in the hands of the cabinet at the moment, and this is a decision made by the cabinet. So I believe this is a decision made to actually legitimate all the acts, all the procedural laws, as I have said earlier, the Land Act, and because I cannot tell this Land Act is, as per the Land Act, this is illegal or this is legal, because I'm not an interpreting agency like the judiciary.
So you still feel that suspension is temporary?
I cannot also say this is you can't do that, because I'm not part of the executive. So I'm a part of legislative, so we only make laws. We do not interpret, nor we implement the laws. Implementer are the cabinet. The executive, and the interpreter are the judiciary. So I think it should be judiciary to spell out that this is illegal. It should be the cabinet to carry out. It should be the executive to carry out lawfully. So therefore, I believe before fixing some people or some organization agencies, the accountability, maybe it is like a temporary suspension for time being to make it everything legal or legitimate, or maybe it is a permanent decision to just just to do away with the education city. But
Yes.
I don't know. But if it is to make it legitimate, if it is to make it legal, then I think it is laws require amendment.
Yes, sir.
Either Education City Act or the Land Act. If it is the Land Act, then it might come to the Parliament for amendment, so that we proceed with the Education City work.
Yes, sir. So, irrespective of the nature of suspension of the project, now I'm not asking you to share your views as the member of National Assembly or the member of the ruling party, but as an individual, as you already said, you're going to speak as an individual on your own. So, as an individual, how important do you see it to educate people on this and convince people on this whole issue of suspending or stopping the project in totality for now? People need to know why the project has been stopped. It said illegal. Now, why it's illegal, how it was illegal, and who is actually responsible to investigate how it was made illegal, and who is actually responsible to fix those people who have already initiated the project if it was at all illegal. Don't you think people need to know all this? For now, people are confused. All they know is there is an end to this project. So what do you think?
Number one, I am not sure if they are really confused, or are they happy because of the stoppage on the work, or maybe they are not happy at all because they are saddened by stopping a work which is underway and which has incurred quite a lot of amount already. Almost 300 million has been already invested. But despite all these issues, I think it is the job of the concerned agencies, be it executive, be it the concerned agencies. I refer to any stakeholders, including Land Commission, including the implementing agencies of the Education City Bill, including executive, that people should be, all informations should be made available. Because today we live in the world of transparency, right? Information is the key to everything, actually. So they have to use any kind of media to it is all for the sake of information getting reaching to the people, and at the end to get the work done. So it is if it is the current status which made people confused, then I think it is the duty of the Land Commission to point out that these are illegal, so we cannot do that. If it is the government who stopped this, and people are confused against the cabinet, then I think cabinet may clarify on why and how this has happened. Or if it is the total wrongdoing of the past government, I think they should be held accountable. But who holds them accountability is a different issue again. No.
So who do you think should make these people, whoever is responsible, accountable?
Well, as I talked to you earlier, that if it is illegal, then it is in the hands of the interpreter. So ultimate interpreter of the laws is the judiciary. So if you really want to know the verdict, then I think it is the court that finally
but we
puts
also
the
need
seal.
somebody who is going to take the matter to court.
But
Who do you think that would be?
As I told you, I'm a bit reluctant to talk anything on this, and I have literally no ideas so much on Education City Bill. All I know is I was a part of, I was one member in the Parliament passing this bill. So
yes.
Currently I am not sure, but I hope the government will definitely clarify on their decision, and people deserves if they are confused, and or if they are happy for what is done by the government. It is anyways the job of the government to make people understand and then clarify, and the government will definitely do that, I think.
So you said you'll be reluctant to talk on this issue. You said whatever views you share are personal and nothing to do with the ruling party or nothing to do with the National Assembly. Keeping this in mind, how difficult is it or how challenging is it for you, Mr. Tshewang Jurmi, as the member of National Council then and as a member of National Council, that too member of ruling party now? You need to keep yourself as politically correct as possible all the time. And that must be a challenge for you sometimes, because sometimes even to be called politically correct, I said earlier that what is politically correct may not necessarily be morally correct.
We have actually talked on this issue in the Dzongkha session. It is maybe because of my past experience in the National Council that I have been one independent member, a member of the House of Review. You have your clear conscience and you just and then you just go through with what your principle says you to do. And now that you are in a basket of political party, that you are obliged to follow the party principles. But today, I'm not so much at. I had some at some point of time had a bit of difficulties, but it is nothing to do with the ideology or the principles. It is not so much to do with not having been able to click together my principle and party principle, or what you think is right is the party don't think is right. That is not so much of a view, but it is of the view that members had diverse view even within the same political party members. So therefore, sometimes these issues come out. But it is not just one member says it and then rest just follows it. It is not like that. It is a diverse view. More discourse happens, thorough discussions happens. But now on this ground, I'm not sure if it is the party's move. I don't think this is the party's move. It is the executive's move. It is the cabinet's decision, and which has got less to do with the political party members. Therefore, maybe the cabinet thought that it is not so much to discuss. But if need be, because this is a recent issue, so if we need information, government will not keep it for themselves.
You have compartments. So you have compartments even within one basket.
Not necessarily. You have different views of individual. You, as a member of the parliament, as Tshewang Jurmi, even though you belong to People's Democratic Party, Tshewang Jurmi has his own view, and just as much as any other 31 members have their own views. But ultimately, what the final decision is the majority, because the democratic principles should upheld at the end. So therefore, as much as you want to value the democratic principles, therefore more discourse, more discussions should happen prior to the major decisions taken place. But none of us forget that ultimate goal is for the nation and the people. It is for the sovereignty, the security of the nation, and for the well-being of the people in this country. And of course, most importantly, to serve this Tsawasum and their majesties.
So now decisions are made by the cabinet.
Yes.
And you, as honorable member of the ruling party, may not necessarily know the kind of decisions or the process of decision is involved. But then, when you go back to your constituencies and talk to the people, when you go back to your constituency and meet your people, people will ask you on how the decision was made, on how you came to that decision, and you just cannot say that, okay, I don't know about this, refer it to my cabinet members, they are there, they are the ones who made this decision. You need to be abreast with all the decision-making process, and it seems you may not know much for now. So that discrepancy, don't you think that's quite challenging?
Well, your plates are actually full with your own mandates, number one. So decisions here refers to executive decisions, I believe. But if it is the legislative decisions, you are very much aware, because you are the part of that, and it is your day-to-day job. So when it comes to legislative decisions, the decisions of the National Assembly, the resolutions of the Parliament, and whatever discussions you do in the Parliament, that is our job. So we do that. when it comes to executive decisions, it is not a mandate of the executive to literally share with the people. Share with the members of the parliament, or at least with the ruling parties before they decide. It is first and foremost thing is that this is what I believe, because this 11-member cabinet is elected the best among the ruling members. Therefore, with 100% trust and confidence. Therefore, the decision made by the cabinet is supposed to be, in principle, reliable enough for all the rest of the MPs. That is what I feel. And but that is why the cabinet decision need not necessarily be discussed prior to the executive order with the MPs. This is because cabinet executive is a different arm of the state, and while functioning executive mandate, they do that. But however, when I go to my constituencies, if need be, as per my campaign manifestos, people will ask me, definitely. We have 100 days pledges, we have our rural pledges, we have the Geok pledges, we have Chiok pledges, and people will definitely ask me. It is my responsibility as a member as a member and representative of my constituency to look after that. Therefore, the National Assembly Act and the Constitution gives me that, apart from my responsibility as a legislator, as a review house, as a budget passing authority, it also gives me the representational role. That is the representative role. So representing your constituency. So in terms of development and also that. Therefore, on these grounds, we take issues to the cabinet. We take it and we will make sure, because this is a ruling party, we make sure that our pledges are in line with the planned activities. Our pledges are covered by the planned activities. If not, our pledges should be covered at least by today the local government grant of 2 million per year. So these things, we do it. We keep in. That is like trying to coordinate, trying to keep in contact, keep in touch with the cabinet and also with the local government, so that informations are passed frequently.
So maybe another personal view that we would like to seek, you as an honourable member of parliament and also being an experienced member of parliament. Now, when you're talking about decentralization, this is one of the major pledges that your government made during campaign. Recently, I was in Tshewang, and the local government officials there said that talk about decentralization. Decentralization does not necessarily mean giving authority to those local government officials, elected officials, verbally, but they also need some financial decisions on their own. And for now, whatever budget they have proposed to the government, lots of slashes, budget cuts this time around. So where's the decentralization is what they have asked. And I'm not making up, this was said even during a meeting. So what do you think, La?
Thank you very much. This is one issue which I think I will have to clarify, because it is also a part of our campaign. Decentralization was the basic principle or the ideology of our party, the People's Democratic Party, and the government today. We have talked on decentralization and devolving power to the people during our campaign, and this is what we aimed to doing it. But these issues happen mostly because you have one store. The state has one store, and you have to divide that the whatever resources you have equally to whole of the Dzongkhag, whole of the nation, right? So therefore, the priority still is there. The most needy gets it. That is what we do. That is when it comes to the planned activities, the 5-year plan activities. If it is on the 5-year, but here Our decentralization process long time ago, since 1981, and today local government, we have the local government. Decentralization in the local government is a priority of the PDP, of our party, and I have a strong, firm belief that decentralization should be successful, very successful. Decentralization does not only refer to the decision making and not having financial decentralization. That is why PDP has focused on the financial. In the past, maybe a year ago, the local government had the authority over only 50,000 in a year. Today, the local government has 2 million in a year decentralization power. Now, if you look at the decentralization angle, every geok is given the local grant of 2 million, 20 lakhs.
Did the geoks already get the money?
It is.
We've been told that they got the guidelines, but not the money for now. How true?
I think these are already in the process.
Yes.
Already in the process. Plans are already made. Works are already started. Also among the GT has been convened quite several times on how to actually implement 2 million ngiltam per annum. So that is a big financial decentralization. That is what I believe. But even on that, because the guidelines we have sent it to the Geok local government, to the Dzongkha Tsogdu, to the Dzongkha administrations, but this is for a trial basis, and it is going to ultimately, maybe if there is any flaws, errors, needs correction, it should come back to the parliament, it should come back to the executive, and we have also sent a feedback. We have also sent to collect some feedback on how these guidelines can be improved. But if decentralization is not at the root level, local government here refers to not just the local government authorities, the GUP Mangmis. Of course, they represent just as much as I represent my constituency. They represent Chioks and Gyoks. So it cannot be the decision of just GUP and Mangmis and Chimis. Of course, TT, but it can be further decentralized. That people all together put together in the Zomdu, they decide, and then ultimately the GT will finalize then on whatever job to be done by these local government grants. So some improvements, if need be, we have already sent for feedbacks.
So, lots of issues left.
Yes.
One is Electrica that I would like to bring up, but then because there's no time left, I'd like to skip this issue because we're also planning to bring up this issue again as news hour. Final issue. Do you see divisions in society when you go around because of political process? Too much of a division between PDP supporters and deputy supporters? Don't you think it's time to bring back people together now that elections are over? There's no PDP and DPT. This country is way beyond PDP and DPT.
Thank you very much. Dawa, I thought I will take a special a chance to actually talk on this, and
Yes.
which is very important. Of course, our society seems to have a division, at least at the minimum level today. During the time of election, maybe because Bhutan is a very small society, that people can easily get diverted. One goes that side, one goes this side. Forget about a primary round. There were 5 parties in the general election. You have 2 parties, and then you are distinctly made. You are TPT and I'm PDP, and so, and then ultimately you tend to see divisions in the political. The political division also leads to societal division at the end, which is not a good practice, I believe. I would, people tend to mistake that election process is also the societal, it also seems to have, a different faith among people. It is not like that, To me, election is a process. It is a bridge to form a government and opposition. After that, your job is done. You have to remain there. Elections will come and go. It will come in 5 years once for the parliamentary election, local government election. This thing will come and go. But as a society, as a village, intact, as a family, you have to live throughout. Therefore, I can only plea to the society that if you have still have any divisional thoughts, please do not do that. Try to incorporate. It is high time we now coordinate, think as one, act as one, ultimately for the nation. And of course, most importantly, the only symbol of unity is Their Majesties. If you have the strong faith to serve Their Majesty and Tawasum, you will definitely come together. So my plea to the society is that we come together. We come together once again. And election, please do not take that seriously. Of course, one should vote to the one who will best serve their constituency and the one who will best serve as a government. But after that, your job is done. And also, it is also my responsibility as to Chume and Ura constituency, just as much as it's every member's responsibility in all the constituencies to try to reunite the people together, the society together, and we are all one citizen of this nation who is here to think alike, feel alike, serve the nation, and also our majesties. That is why all I can say is you have to ultimately, if you are a Bhutanese, let's be one and the same. And
thank you so much, Honorable Tshewang Jurmi, for your time and most importantly, the appeal that you made to the people. It's important that people know that politics is, there should be an end to politics somewhere, and then people need to come together. Thank you for your appeal. With this, we come to the end of our program. Thank you so much for watching. And okay, please, sir.
Just a few words. In continuation to that, I would like to, as I've just talked a little bit on in the Dzongkha session on this program, this very Dawai Kudroen program, Dawa's guest program. So Dawa's guest, if one has to become Dawa's guest, one has to be professional. So today I think I have totally distorted Dawa's guest program, Dawai Kudroen's program, because but yet I'm so fortunate that I got this wonderful opportunity. And the moment you started that Dawai Kudroen program, that ultimately switched me to a program in CNN so-called as Larry King program, and which has thrived through over 3 decades. And
thank you so much.
All I can say is I wish you as much, even more than Larry King's program.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for all your kind words. Now, all these kind words are coming from a Pumtap to a Pumtap, so maybe a drama that people might take it. But anyways, I genuinely appreciate having you here as my guest, especially in times like this when we are so difficult to bring people here and talk to us. Thank you so much. On this note, as Honorable Tshewang Jurmi pointed out, let's think Bhutanese and be Bhutanese. Thank you for watching Dawai Kudroen. It's time to say good night and touch the lil. And as said earlier, we are going to bring our news, current affairs and news team are going to bring a program on Education City coming Sunday. And if you wish to be part of this program, please join us in our studio by 8 p.m. on Sunday. Thank you once again.